2024 is not a good year to be a fan of any YouTubers, it seems. In light of all the MrBeast drama recently, the main issue that comes to the forefront of my mind is that you should never have an individual hero that you fantasize over and look up to as just the sole source of inspiration. And it seems like MrBeast has a lot of these types of people following him. I would know. I used to be one of them. I wanted to talk about exactly how having only one source of inspiration is crippling to your lifestyle, to your outlook in the world, and just your overall well-being. So for context, a few years ago, I was striving to be a YouTuber, and the only source of free information that I could get access to was MrBeast. And that information felt like it was like the secret keys to YouTube on crack. Like everything he was talking about, it just made sense. Like the thumbnail and title design, that the packaging of the video was crucial to a video's performance. This was groundbreaking stuff at the time. Like he was achieving all the things that I wanted to achieve as a YouTuber. He was getting viewership, he was getting a following, he was building a community, he was getting hella views and therefore hella money. And that was something that I desperately wanted. And the crazy thing about the MrBeast tips and tricks and teachings was that it worked. It got me some hella views. However, I felt like absolute crap because there was a difference between what I wanted to be making and what I knew was to be the correct / hyper optimized way that would get me views and clicks. And I could really get behind his message as well. He was doing team trees at the time. He was talking about, I just want to make the best videos possible. And I don't really care about any of this other stuff. The main aim of the game is to just keep creating content. And I really bought into everything that he said. Like I believed in his mission, his message. Like he was talking about all the issues of corruption and political issues of that no one else was fixing any of these world problems. But as a YouTuber, he was taking the strides to actually start that. And I bought into the idea that he was achieving success. He knew exactly what he wanted. And the fact that he was the same age as me, I was just like, damn, this guy has his head screwed on. He knows what's up. And I was heavily inspired by that. So I was very fixated on just trying to get videos to go viral, to perform really well, because that's what I thought was what made a good YouTuber. And it wasn't until that I joined a different group of creators through a coaching program that my outlook really changed. That there were really fantastic YouTubers that had sub 100K, sub 50K, even sub 10K, who were making it their full-time careers, creating really good depth with their audience, and making impactful content that was fulfilling to them. Even after I had joined the group, I was still thinking, no, there's only one way to be a good YouTuber, and that's to get views, viewership, and sponsorships, and all this hella money that way. And so I closed myself into a box on exactly what a YouTuber should be. And I can only look at this retroactively and say that that was a very limiting and crippling mindset. And if you only ever take inspiration from one source of person, what does that mean for you as an individual? All you ever become is just an echo chamber of that one person. And you just become a watered down, one-dimensional personality of the person you're trying to be inspired by. When in actuality, you're not being just inspired by them, you're just copying them. And this one-dimensional personality makes it a very us versus them environment, and you are less in tune to other sources of inspiration and suggestions, and you're missing out on a whole bunch of opportunity to develop your perspective, your worldview, your personality, and you as a person, an individual, be it through any creative means, through day-to-day well-being, and just overall life. As soon as you subscribe, pardon the pun, to an individual's line of thinking, that's all you will ever see the world as. And you lose yourself into other people's perspective. So if you're a devout fan of MrBeast / any other big influencer, really take a step back and think about, is this really okay? And this isn't only because I'm changing my opinion because of the drama and what's unfolding. No, I'm talking about the underlying issue, which was that because I had subscribed to someone else's perspective and worldview, I had to realize that that one perspective isn't always right. It's just that now it's being showcased that there is fallacies to every line of thinking. And the funny thing is, this has already been talked about by one of our greatest philosophers in our time. And he was saying that
it is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If we take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale.
my mindset and outlook have really changed about content creation, and I feel much more holistic, better, and healthier for it. And I hope you can see and tell from the results from this channel itself. I'm no longer trying to go for that hyper-optimized, ultra retention type of content that mrbeast spews from. And I've learned to have a balance. I only got to this point by having a single source of inspiration and essentially a hero that I looked up to, that I thought could do no wrong. Except that has obviously changed since then, and I'm feeling much better for it. So I would implore you to do the same. If you liked what I had to say and my line of thinking, maybe stick around. Have a bit of a subscribe, and I'll keep talking about other things that are on my mind.